All right, Shalom. I like to say all praise to the Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakah, Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to all your brothers teaching in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. All right. And this is going to be real quick. All right. It's an article that I found. And it says, pandemic sharpens inequalities. Could fuel unrest, IMF warns. Okay, and that's the International Monetary Fund. All right. That do that loans countries money for advancement, all right, and in turn they won't be able to pay back the loan, so the IMF owns them. Okay, what they do is basically overrun the company or the country with their ideas. Okay, you start popping up with different ventures that you don't want in your country, but they own you. And in order to pay back that loan, you will do anything to soothe these devils' needs. Okay, but going on, it says the coronavirus pandemic has worsened long-standing inequalities around the world, which left unaddressed, could undermine economic stability and lead to unrest, the IMF warned on Thursday. Yeah, because, this pandemic that they set up, what's going to happen in the tailspin, okay, and the economy, which is going to crash and burn, all right, and with doing so are the moral fibers of society as we know it. When you come to, people being dumbed down at an enormous rate, all right now, as we speak, okay, because the amount of disinformation coming from the government, all right, and being pushed by mainstream media, all right, only makes it worse. And, what you can expect to see is an uptick in crimes. One of the brothers in my camp, they did a video, and I watched it. And, we said this collectively in GMS years back, man, that this was going to take place. All right, now what you're about to hear in this, it says poorest families have been hit particularly hard, and the damage to education could last for years. All right. The International Monetary Fund said in a report released ahead of next week's spring meetings, the findings showed that the warning fund economists sounded last year have come to pass. All right. So we're at the end of this man's economic grip. All right. The GDP in America is is dwindling. All right. And that's accredited to the food system that they have set up. It was exposed that these colleges aren't really teaching, but getting paid off to give people certain degrees. Okay. And when I say people, I mean the super elite. All right. Which in turn give them no skill, but just gives them a fraudulent piece of paper. They jump into the good old boy network, and they get these exacerbated amounts of pay for being CEOs, and sitting on what do you call those boards in companies. All right, they get paid considerable amounts of money just because, all right, which pushes the poor down to the bottom. They oppress the poor like that, all right? But they're at the end of their rope now. It says COVID-19 has exposed and exacerbated pre-existing inequalities in income and access to basic public service, such as health care and vaccination, both within and across countries. The report said disruptions to education threatening social mobility by leaving long-lasting effects on children and youth, especially those from poor households. Yeah, because we can't run in a race where, you know, they had our feet and our feet tied, bound and tied. Okay, and the way that they did that, it's not literally bound and tied, but they taught us nothing. Okay, when we got free from slavery, they didn't teach us about the dollar here in America. Okay, they didn't teach us about wealth and, you know, how to take care of wealth and how to formulate ideas that could get you paid throughout time. You know, they pretty much let us go into to a new type of slavery, which is corporation slavery. Okay, and with sharecropping and, you know, so on and so forth, man. And you was luckily able to make it out of that. All right, if you know, your master died or what have you, you bought your land from him, okay, before he passed on. And that would give your family a little wealth, okay? So, you know, that's why the IMF is speaking up on it, all right? Because in the end, they want these poor people bound to this new world order system, all right? When you look at the whole thing in a nutshell, okay? That's why this report is coming out. Increasing reliance on digital work and schooling worsens the impact, making it harder for low-skilled workers to find jobs. See? Against this backdrop, societies may experience rising polarization, erosion of trust in government, or social unrest, the IMF said. All right? And this is something that they formulated to happen, okay? All right? And it says it in the scriptures that they would tell on themselves, right? And that's what they're doing. And I'm going to get that. It says the report released the day after U.S. President Joe Biden proposed raising corporate taxes to pay for a massive infrastructure and jobs program called for raising some taxes and improving tax collections to provide revenue for an improved social safety net. Okay, and America's one of those countries that owe the IMF. All right, so those taxes and these things that they get raised for, it's for their pockets. It's not for anything that this devil's talking about. All right, he's in a rush to try to pay back the IMF, but you gotta understand that it's all counterfeit money that they're reprinting off. All right, and what we're giving back to them is going to result in hyperinflation, man. This devil has nothing back in his dollar anymore. Okay, and the IMF knows it. So what they're going to do is they're going to seek to not like they haven't already, but they're going to seek to make America theirs without a government. All right, and that's what we're seeing right now. That's why the government is in the shape that it's in, because they're no longer in control, and their masters above them are just gonna wholly take over Babylon the Great. All right, that's what the New World Order is about. None of these countries can really pay back the IMF, so now it's time for the super elitists to step in and take control of the whole planet. In their eyes, that's what they want to do. But we know here at Great Millstone that them skies are going to crack, and Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai is going to be on the scene, taking care of business and getting these crowns back from all these so-called kings down here. Okay. And this place is going to be a mess, man. All right. You can read the rest of it. I'll just leave it in the description box. But I kind of read that to show people that, these plans that they set up, they had them in the workings way back when. Okay. So these things ain't new. This is how they're going to topple society as we know it. And with people that's uneducated and unlearned, they're going to run wild in the streets, man. This is how you have the marauding packs and the rapist packs and the groups. When I say packs, that's you're going to see that, man. Marauders. Then in turn, it's going to be all type of madness just going on, man. Okay. And you're going to have people eating each other, and it's coming down to the wire, man. Okay? And you can see it falling apart. I'm going to get this in Psalm 64, and then I got something else to get. All right. But let's just go to it. Psalm 64. This is Psalm 64 and 2. It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. All right, who wet their tongues like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. All right, and that's what you see in that article. Okay, the IMF, that's what they're downtrodden. All right, the poor. All right, and the reason for that is, uneducated people or poor people make for good slaves, man. So what do? They pull the carpet out from under the feet of the people with the school system first, okay? And then they're trying to kill off all the old as well, so you can't get knowledge by word of mouth, okay, from the ancient. And when I say that, I'm talking about the older generation. They want them completely gone, annihilated, because of the moral fibers that was instituted into them. Okay, they don't have the knowledge of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, but if your parents came from the South, or had a good strong upbringing during the time where there was the mother and the father in the household, they don't want that to be how can you say it? They don't want that to be instilled in the children of this time. All right, and they're doing a good job, man, because half of the households in America, all right, they're single parent households. Majority of them are single parent households controlled by the mom. All right, and that's where you get the feminized men, and then you got the ratchet thoughts. That's the daughters of these women. Okay. So you got two deadly kids running around. You got the effeminate man, and then you got the the thoughts, the young thoughts of America. All right, and that's putting more strain on the family structure. All right, look at what's her name, Jada Pinkett, and her daughter want to eat box now. It's wow. This place is going crazy, but this is what they set up. All right, this is how they wanted it to go and how to play out. So you don't have nothing to hold on to morally. All right. It says, "Who wet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words." Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. They just keep on, you know. How can you say it? They they set up narratives for the poor. Just put it like that. And they're damaging, all right, to the effects of you not able to say your piece because you're only going to be looked at in one light, all right? It says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Because they don't think that any type of backlash is going to happen to them. They think they're justified in all their doings. And when I'm saying them or they, I'm talking about Esau, Edom. All right, that's what they think. The IMF is is the super elite. Okay, and yes, they are of the nation of Edom. Am I right? So-called white men. It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter, right? Breaking down of society, owning countries as corporations, all right? Which they have no right to own anything in the Garden of Eden on the planet Earth, okay? Or Eden, not the garden, but Eden itself. They don't have the right to own anything, okay? Because it all belongs to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, okay? It says they commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? All right. And this, like I said, this was thought of way back when. All right. They started breaking down society in intricate little pieces. Okay. Gradualism. And now we're at the end of their society and they're getting ready to fill their bellies, like it says in Job. Okay. But it's going to come to naught. All right. And the trap that they laid is through economic education, what's the other thing? Socialism, you know. All these things have been snares on the ground waiting for our people, and we step into them because they have us in that mind frame already. Like I said, during slavery, they never taught us wealth. They never taught us the thereafter of slavery. Okay, so we fall into those traps. All right, that I just spoke of. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them in their heart is deep. But and when they search it out, man, they do studies. They do studies on our people, which are Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are the children of Israel, they study us. Okay? They already know how easily these these people are swayed. Okay? For commercials and wickedness and everything. They know that Israelite minds are easily swayed without a shepherd. Okay? Y'all, they're just like sheep. And y'all step right into the holding pens, and then y'all go right down the line into the slaughter. Okay? It says, but God shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall meet their own tongues to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And this is the important time, because this is the time, this is high time to wake out of sleep, like the scriptures say. All right? You're not supposed to be going the so-called white man's way anymore, because his way only leads to certain death and destruction. And it is evident, all right? It's evident that that's the state that he wants you to end up in, all right? And it says, all men shall fear and shall declare the works of Yahweh, for they shall wisely consider of his doings. Okay, and that's only the 144,000 chosen elect. Okay, the first fruits are going to consider the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because in the end, it's nothing here to live for, man. It's nothing here. It's only tyranny and traps and wickedness. And once your mind gets to that level, you just want to weigh out and to escape to righteousness. And the only way you can do that is through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And that's the truth, man. Okay, that's a month. Okay. There's no way out of this situation, man. This devil has he has the ultimate setup. Okay, the box, the unknowing into. Okay, and that's what you're about to see coming up already. It's already started with the waters. Okay, the Maxine waters implementation. You know, and when I say that, I'm talking about the jab. All right, it's already started. People think, or they're showing people, with this jab, you will have access to normal goings again, such as baseball games, traveling, and it's gonna get more worse than that. Okay, so it's just been ongoing setup, but their tongues are falling upon themselves, because if you read behind the articles that they're putting out, they're telling you the plans on which they had for a long time. Okay, and that's why I read that before I read Psalm 64. Okay. The righteous shall be glad in the Lord and shall trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory. All right. And that's gonna be, the hopeful elect that's doing this. All right. Because we know the end results. Let me get this real quick, because with the downfall of this education system and so on and so forth, right? I didn't want to make this that long, but let me get it. This is Matthew 24:12, and it says, "And because iniquity shall abound, okay, the love of many shall wax cold." All right, and that's what season we're in. We're about to see that full blown, okay, because this iniquity is growing so much, and who produced it, who made it happen, okay? The very same people that said that they predicted it, the IMF, okay, through the puppets that they control in the government and, the mainstream media. Okay, it's all the works of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man, to get rid of this place called Babylon the Great. So in 2021, it's imperative for brothers to stay prayed up and keep your head on the swivel, man, because Satan is out there roaming around seeking whom he may devour, like the scriptures say. So I just wanted to bring that out. I want to say all praises due to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakah Kadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to all you brothers teaching the truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. Shalom, Kwam Yasharala, Bad Babal, Abad Babal, Shalom.